One sec. Okay, I'm here. Um, all right. 20 minutes going into air dribble gauntlet. Gonna continue max strength for today, and then like towards the end of the day, I'll reassess. As far as six mans goes, plan is right now. First one, I'll think, or not. First one, I'll like have focuses, and the rest, the remaining four, I'm gonna kind of swing the other way for at least today, and then other days I'll go more 50-50. But swing the other way today. One, one six mans, which is the first six mans, kind of warm up six mans where I'll focus. I'll keep focusing on certain things, right? Or two or one or three things. and then the rest I'll be just going in with no focus, just trying to get into trying to prep the conditions for flow. All right. It's probably I feel like control has probably been like a mantra in my head that I've like done for so long. I don't know. It might be I might find it hard, especially initially, to kind of break free from it, but I'll do it, or I'll get it eventually. All right. What am I looking for here? Looking to just get to level 8 in less than 10, ideally. Yeah, that's where I'm at right now. Let me fix something real quick. Okay, let's go. Did I fix this? Yes, I did. And then I did it again. Yeah, because I know turn that off. Essentially, a lot of the time when I'll jump, it'll like start going off. And timing. My time to ceiling height. Tried for some sort of reset there, kind of. Not kinda, I did. It was just some sort of reset. Kind of funky. Oh, also thinking about it, well, it seems like Alti's approach is also kind of not the antithesis, but like very different to like I think what SO3 said at some point, which was like SO3 was like another coach, I guess, kind of was like you could probably like just train mechs until like pro level and then learn all the rotational things, right? Where it's like just get to pro level just of mechs and then learn all the rotational things you need to at that point. Which I think I took more to heart than I thought. Oh, but now just focus on this process of trying to air dribble as cleanly as possible. Dang. No, they sold that. Did I come off the wall at all here? It's weird. I'm surprised I didn't get a flip off like pinching the ball. Interesting. That's what I thought would kind of happen last time. Mr. Reset. I tried for a pinch. Almost got it. Just kind of under boosted. Nice, okay. Still trying to get to level 8 in under 10 minutes. Now that I think about it, I think for a little bit I've had like almost a stigma against flow state. I think I always called it like autopilot. I'm like really avoiding that as much as possible for improvement's sake. But I have to remember that I have to have like a performance state on top of an improvement state. But I've really only been focusing on maintaining an improvement state 100% of the time, pretty much. Actually, that's been the goal, is to maintain an improvement state 100% of the time. So, in this next training, constantly thinking about like, okay, I'm trying to focus on every single rep. It's like, okay, is that still the best for improvement? I think I'm okay, like I'm fine with maintaining an improvement state when it comes to max training, and then just like more towards when I get in game are the skills that I'm more trying to make sure I can get to performance mode. But definitely, even though I might have been weighting it incorrectly, my mechs have improved tremendously over the past 2 days. I've just been doing max training. Also really important, like what do I need to do to make sure I don't revert very quickly to like what is comfortable, what like I think was the correct path like 2 hours ago before having conversation with Ulti. Probably step 1 is like changing template. As soon as I change template, it'll probably be like what I copy and paste to like track what I'm doing for the day. That's probably when it'll become very hard to like kind of just autopilot and go back into what's called what I've been doing previously. Start reset. Just missing resets left and right. I did not mean to flip that. I meant to flip forward right. Yeah. I could also flip back right. I'm purely looking to head towards the ball. Alright. Dead close. I have no idea why I turned off ball cam, but it kind of worked out for a second. Interesting. Oh, how did I miss Otter Port? Unfortunate that I'm not there yet. Alright. I have no idea what I did. What did I do? I flipped. Okay. So this is what happened. I landed like this, bounced off the wall, flipped. Also, bro, it's getting so hot in here. Why is it? You know what? I'm gonna try whenever my heater goes AWOL and like it just it just turns its place into a sauna, right? I set it to 75 and it goes up to 78. You know, I'm just gonna try to be thankful. All right. Like I remember when the heater was broken and I was cold. All right. Gonna try and change my mindset. All right. I'm thankful that I thankful that I have enough heat to start sweating. All right. Enough artificial heat. You know, many people in the world that don't have this. Right. It's a privilege. All right. All right. Let's get back into it. Sorry, bro. That's like the only thing right now I'm getting mad at. Is like just I think in my day to day is like, bro, it'll just get so hot sometimes. You know, like it'll fluctuate a lot too, right? So yes, okay, you made it. Ah, what? I didn't mean to jump there. Meant to flip onto a wall. Oh, come on. Surprised it didn't get reset, but kind of makes sense. The ball didn't really like grab onto me for a second. It seems like that's what usually happens when I get a reset. I missed, hit it on the way down, but like, it doesn't really count. It wasn't the touch I was intending for. Which means I was close. Also, I think what Ulti said earlier was like, okay, I've been playing for myself for a while. I think that's really, actually really rings true. Because I think at the moment, in the moment, I was thinking like, in the moment when he said that, I was thinking like, okay, well actually, like, I really focus on my rotation and what I need to do to kind of like have the best outcomes. That are typically going to be for the team, but then it's like comparing that to like actually trying to focusing on making things easier for my team to read and everything. It's like it's a complete night and day difference, which is more like self-oriented. Oh no, Halti needs to get some sleep. Just checked and he's still on. Unfortunately. Grind doesn't stop. Oh no, or maybe he keeps faculty on while he sleeps. Surprised he didn't hit that. Come on. So we're gonna get up, get to level 9. How to get more to the right side of that ball. Odd. Did not get much power on that reset. I missed that. Tough. Hard. I'm having a bunch of attempts where like it's kind of like my choice, not my choice, but like I could have gotten them up into like the ring, right? As long as I like steered it the right direction. Basically, I had enough height. It's probably the best way to describe it. Having a lot of cases where I had enough height, but not enough drive, not enough power to take what's ours. Did I get that reset? Yes, I did. Did I get the reset? No, I didn't. For some reason, I thought like I just like the ball just glimpsed by me, and I still got the reset somehow. It's a funky jump. So I landed on this for a second, and I went back Back right? Yeah, back right. Interesting. Wrong way though. Good air dribble, but wrong way. Almost got that. Half psycho. Not really a psycho. More like a. It's like a sicko. Nice. Okay. Okay. Honestly, did a really good job of like getting late height. Didn't really start out going too high, but did a good job of pushing forward while staying underneath the ball. Almost lost it here when I got that touch, but was able to keep getting underneath the ball just enough to get into that bottom part of the ring. Okay. Usually stop at 26, but since I rewinded it, or counting rewinds. Also, actually, not really counting rewinds. I just want to get to level 8 before I end. Nice. I was trying to get an air dribble with decent height, slightly above where that ball was like climaxing to. Honest. Honestly, I think that was it there. Okay. Next thing. Also level 8 in like 26 in like 30 seconds. 26 minutes, 30 seconds. I don't know. So like something like that. I'll just copy this over. Make it 31. Make it sound like it actually happened. Oh my gosh. Come on. I'm just chilling right now. Listen to some music. I've also definitely like felt it in my brain, like I might be pushing myself a little bit too much. I know I'm getting like enough sleep, so it's like I might want to weigh my breaks to be longer. Part of it's probably because I'm spam queuing at the end of the day and not like focusing breaks. Focusing on having like the appropriate amount of breaks. But oh, Alright, first shot. What's this gonna look like? First shot, last time I did this, yesterday, got 2, which is better than before, but looking for even better this time. Okay, wait. Wait, give me 1 second. Do this thing real quick. Rename. Okay. Let's move. Let us move. Done a pretty good job so far. Pretty decent job of like staying on track time wise. For the past couple of days as well, so just trying to continue that. Alright, first shot. Looking for arrow right, top left. Yeah, I'll say that. Arrow right, top left. And I've already set. If I'm on that screen, then yeah. If I'm on that screen, then it means I already made the adjustments. Alright, 5 minutes. Looking for that top left shot. Is it? Honestly, I'll take that. That's arrow left, top left. Had a trail. And like hit it with like the worst part of my car, but hit it with the second worst part of my car. Look for arrow left, top left. Not a, or was it not? That was in, just a little bit too far right to the top left. Like a touch like that. Pretty much if it has a trail, then I'm probably chilling. Close. Did I get my reset here? Yo. Alright, come on, looking for that arrow left, top left. Went a little bit too far. A little bit too far. Went a little bit too far. Yeah, I'm just learning where like the adjustment point is, where's too much, where's not enough. Maybe we could have tried to double tap that. Come on, looking for that top left. That's a little bit too far right and down from the top left. Close. Alright, I'm starting to get into it now. Close. There, I need to focus more on recovery, right? If I actually ever end up in this situation where I get this sort of touch, right? I want to essentially just focus on getting down to ground, getting on the ulti lines. Come on, I got this. It's funny how, like, after scoring, since like the text comes up, the drift score text comes up, it kind of makes it increase the difficulty. Alright, time is going off, which means I have, at this point, probably like 15 seconds to get this into the top left. Was that in? No, just barely. Not. Close. Next good attempt, I'll finish off on. Had to stop there. Alright, only got one, but average was okay, so. Okay. That's okay. That's what I'll describe it as. Alright, next shot. 3 minutes. For top lefts, top rights. Yesterday I said it was not amazing. I feel like Steve Harvey when I say, like, when I review what I, like, thought yesterday. It's like, yesterday, what was it called? It was like, no, it's like that, what's it called, at the end, I forgot the game, where, like, they name those things that the 100 people think of, right? So let's say, like, there's, like, a question, like, what's your favorite day? We asked 100 people, what's your favorite day? Right? And they'll kind of, like, what's it called? And, like, they'll basically go through a bunch of questions like that, right? And at the end, he's, like, reviewing them, he's, like, saying, like, I don't know, let's say James is a contestant. James, you said Monday. Survey says it's like that. Yeah, okay. No, I described that well. I don't know why I'm like self-affirming that I did that well. Sometimes I need it. Sometimes I need it. Honestly, I'm glad, like, I'm not, like, it's weird because biggest thing, I think the biggest vote of confidence I have right now in myself is that I haven't really been doing this process for a while. So I don't know what it's like when I actually go full tilt at something, even for like a month straight, really. I don't know. Especially in like Rocket League, but hopefully I'll kind of see that now. Looking for the top left, top rights. Wait, was that in? Not. No, it wasn't. I wasn't sure for a second. Come on. Look for that top right and that top left. I think I'm kind of like relying on the on the idea that enough people. No, I'm definitely relying on the idea that not enough people have tried really hard in this fashion. So like I could be the first to kind of pioneer it, right? As opposed to the reality where a lot of people tried this way and found that it was insufficient, right? Kind of hoping, and it is kind of the case where like maybe like a lot of certain people tried it, something maybe similar to this, but because of the show like too immediate of results, you kind of revert back to the traditional way of you just play ranked. That's like what most people do. That's how most people kind of progress into pro play with like slight modifications, right? So I'm kind of relying on the idea that if I could think really hard about my schedule and like skill development, that enough people haven't already done that and like done that enough to like reap the rewards even once publicly, or done that long enough to reap the rewards that might exist. And I think worst case I would have just been like inefficient, right? But I still would be improving, right? So even if I weighted mechs too heavily, I'd still like at some point I'll just end up with a lot of mechs and maybe not the best team rotation, but now I can kind of fill that bar up. Alright, timer ended, so I'm looking for one top left, one top right. Is that it? Cannot tell. Let's see. If I go ahead and I... Dang. Okay. So basically if I do that... This is interesting. But it should eventually go to that top, right? You should see. I can't tell. It's weird. Okay, so no, it wasn't top right. I'm trying to see if it was top right or not. I need to remember to not skip if it's close. Because that process is excruciatingly painful. Also want to see, was this in or not? Yeah, okay. I thought it was in. I think. A little bit low. Is that it? Also, it's weird. I remember in the 6-mans, I hit like this backwards wave dash, the opposing net after a goal. It's like funky. Like I just felt like really mechanical yesterday. And I feel like that will continue on like an uptrend where I'll just feel mechanical even as I like kind of edit my process. I mean, because I'm playing the game consistently and doing mech training. Yeah, top left, looking for a top right at this point. I can get another top left if the game wants me to. Alright, we'll just do it again. Looking for... Jeez. Try to talk with like water in my mouth. Looking for a top... Didn't spell pause. Okay, looking at what's called a top right. Still. Alright, I've got no top left. I'll keep trying for top left, but that was a little bit to the left, I'm pretty sure. Let me check my intuition. Yeah, that was a lot to the left. Come on, I have to get under that. Close, a little bit low and to the left. Got it. Not it. Close. Oh. That's weird. I guess it'll just occasionally do that. It'll just occasionally freeze. It doesn't usually do that in like game though. I don't remember ever doing that in game. Well, it might have. I just blocked it out of my memory. Is that another top left? Might be. Oh, that was an accident. It wasn't. Or that was an accident. It was not top left. Alright. That's my words. That's what I meant by it wasn't. Still looking for a top right. Just gunning for it. Please! Please! Close. I'm gonna have to stop there, to be honest. Rather don't waste too much time. Not waste too much time. Alright. That was close. Honestly, good. Yeah, good. I would say. Better than yesterday, which was not amazing. Alright. According to yesterday's me. Alright, today, 5 minutes, double tap. I'll go for arrow left, top left. Alright, looking for a solid first touch. Close. Need to make sure I'm like scoring that though. On average. Close. Okay, decent read. Good play. It's just going in. Looking for that top left. Didn't really sneak it too far to that left side. Doesn't count. First touch is a little bit too low. Same thing here. Shouldn't have done that. I think I read it was going to hit off ceiling. It was going to go for some sort of ceiling double. Close. You get a little bit more above that. Put it down. Just going straight down. I'm reading. That's the only thing I can read at that point. Just slammed it off backward. Well, have to get above that. I'm putting my nose too far down at the end. Good shot to the left side, but not top left. Trying to double it off ground. Top left. I mean, it's definitely doable. I was about to say it's not doable, but definitely was doable. Just how to like place it right. I just went way too far. Did I get a touch here? I'm surprised I did. What? I got a touch. Thinking back on this, I got a touch here. But then every other time when I tried, I didn't get a touch. Oh, doesn't matter too much. Alright, looking for that. Top left still. That wouldn't count. The first touch was too low. Alright, somewhat solid first touch. There, just not good enough. Decent read. Kind of just gave up on getting that to the top left halfway through. Couldn't do that. Try not to do that. Decent shot. Come on. Top left. I just completely missed. Brought the front of my car too far up. Had to get under the ball, kind of. Had to instantly recover there. Just go straight down. I misread. Close. Could have recovered a little bit faster and got it down. Just a little bit too slow there. It was too fast earlier too. funny. But come on. Close. Okay, I'm gonna have to switch to arrow right at this point. Get slightly even reps. Dang. Bad recovery. I guess like by doing this, I feel like I'm becoming a little bit of like a double tap merchant. Like double taps in game are like a lot easier and hitting them more automatically. I was thinking about one thing Ulti said was about how when you're tilted, you can either like keep going or it's called kind of stop going. Okay, yeah, basically. Or yeah, when you tilt, yeah, you could do like there's like avoidance coping and just approach coping. I felt like in my head I've always thought like, what's it called? Approach coping, basically just playing it out. It's been like how I want to do it, right? Just like don't give up. Something I can improve on, get time in. Even if I can't like play, or even if like I don't think I'm able to play 6-man's too low right now, then like there's something else I could do, some other type of work I can do. But it might be like sometimes I just really should be essentially getting off and then coming back the next day, right? I even said it in the call, it's like a zero-sum game, right? If I could play 6-6-mans, but that six mans is gonna be like, it's like a tongue twister, but that six mans is gonna be like a bad one, then I could just wait, not do that, I'll go to bed earlier, I just wake up, play another 6 mans the next day in a better state, and like that sort of thing compounds over time. Alright, just looking for a solid backward touch. Sort of just that mid-high backward. Alright, gonna stop there. What did I get? 0? Oh, next thing is your top left. Or not a single top left shot. Got close a little bit, but still got 0. Next shot, 2 minutes. Looking for shots above half goal height. In a row. What's the highest number I can get in 2 minutes? That's 1. That's 1. That's 1. That's 2. Alright, a little bit better than yesterday already, because yesterday I just did horribly. I wasn't even able to get to 2 too many times. Alright, at 2 so far. Come on, looking for a higher streak. This 1. One. Just 1. Just 1. It's 2. It's 1. Come on. Come on. It's 1. Just 1, 2. Jeez, I just sold that. Alright, timer's going off, so I'm looking for my highest streak over 2. I think highest I've gotten so far in these 2 minutes was 2. Alright, so as soon as I get a streak of 2, then I'm gonna have to stop after whatever I get after that. Just 1. Jeez, 1. Just 1. Just 1. Just 1. Come on. Just 1. Dang. I just can't get it above that half goal line too consistently right now, but consistency starts here. It's 2. Dang. 2 is the highest. Oh, we move on. Next thing. Yeah, that was not good. Some would say that's bad. Alright, but we move on. We move on to the next thing. 5 minutes of ceiling double reset. So basically just gonna hit into ceiling. Get reset. I'm surprised I got that in. I got around the ball, got the power slide. Even though that was semi what I was trying for. Interesting. I feel like too easily saved, maybe, because of how long it took me to get that reset, or get the flip after the reset. Still trying to hit it into ceiling, into myself. Close. Oh, dang. Honestly, I think I had the alignment, kind of. I just had to make my adjustments perfect. Not perfect. Oh, yeah. I have to, like, make my adjustments correctly. Like that, basically. To kind of get behind the ball, underneath it at the same time. It's definitely doable. Okay. Honestly, most of the focus is just on that first touch. That's an interesting way to flip. It's It's weird how like it just kind of maybe like hover right above the ground, kind of. Yeah, just I hit the ball into myself off the ceiling. It's way too far away. I get under it, basically. I'm not trying to hit the ball too far up where it's like behind me. Interesting. Could have just tried for the touch. I thought it was possible to get a reset, decent reset there. Rotating out. Also, I think I want to think more about the role of coaching and like how I want to do things, right? Because I think in the past I was like, not in the past, like basically 2 hours ago, not 2 hours ago, right before Ulti Conversation, I was like, as far as coaching goes, I guess right before the Ulti Conversation yesterday, as far as coaching goes, I was like, this is only like a, kind of like an offset. I don't know if that makes sense. It's like it can only make like a finite positive difference, but really what matters is like if I'm able to figure out the game for myself. And I don't think what I accounted for is that coaches can kind of basically change my process, right? And that sort of thing can kind of, what's it called? Compound into many games, right? So if I like got like a session with like Ronskin, it's not like that would just like change how I played for a little bit. It could change like my whole map on how I look at the game, kind of, right? The reason why like it would be important, it would be it's like I can like when I'm in contact with a coach or like what's it called in like a coaching session, I can like take in the arguments and be like, oh, this makes more sense than what I'm doing right now, and then that can lead to me improving my process. As opposed to kind of just staying stuck in something. I'm not sure exactly if it works, right? Honestly, I think the biggest I kind of like I hate the dichotomy. I don't know how to say it, like the dichotomy or like how to not phrase it really. It's more like how to express it or how to I don't know how to word it. It's like I hate the dichotomy of like I've been doing this process for a couple months. I hate that I've been inconsistent pretty much because it means that like a lot of people think I've been doing this for like multiple months and I've been stuck, but really I have not been doing that. Right, most of my days playing Rocket League have not been doing mix training for the past couple months, but like I have that perception, and I feel like even like people that newly meet me, and I feel like I just wish that like I've taken time to either show progress or lack of progress doing something, doing like a schedule consistently. But oh well, that's kind of in the past now. All I can think about is like what I'm doing right now. I'm doing my process well right now. Did okay on that shot. Next thing, 5 minutes. Bro, what? My mouse is lagging. What, bro? What has to be going on for my mouse to lag? That doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. It's just, is it? What is it? What is this? Like, right, let me open Task Manager real quick, because I'm like, bro, this is my mouse is lagging, moving around. It's like, so then what's happening? Is it OBS is taking most of it, or OBS is taking most of my GPU stuff, GPU, and it seems like that's might be the thing that's affecting my mouse the most. It also might be just like lag or something like that. Or maybe, I don't know, battery's getting low. But it's weird. Okay, it's normal now, but... Huh, interesting. I haven't thought about it too much. Like, sorting by GPU, Rocket League. Well, it kind of makes sense. Rocket League isn't using my GPU right now because it's not open. Um, I don't know. I don't know. I mean, it's not too big of a thing. As soon as my game starts lagging, it's gonna be a different thing, different issue. But we're not there yet. So, okay. Next shot. Looking for glancings up to ceiling. That's not what I'm looking for. Okay, I'm looking for basically a touch up to ceiling, land ceiling, any sort of play afterwards. Got the flip, but was it really worth it? Interesting. I tried to go for like a musty. Go for a musty. One thing I've noticed is that like I just say the word like a lot naturally on like without thinking about it too much. I didn't have to define naturally. I'm sure everybody knows what that means. Interesting. Maybe a good shot. I don't know. I feel like it would be too easily defended. Obviously, that would be too easily defended from like multiple places. Really not trying to go for like single touches. We're trying for that like sort of glancing blow up to ceiling, or that not really. It might a lot of the time it's not like a glancing blow even. There kind of is. But I have to kind of dedicate myself towards reaching that ceiling. Flipped the wrong way. Oh, dang. Yeah, I don't really want to get this like hard first touch away from me, like that I have it. Kind of hitting the ball too far underneath me for that the ground double a lot of the time. Also, what happened to Accelerate? I was thinking about Ronsky and his coaching experience. And I was like, okay, I remember him. He was coach for Accelerate. But then, what happened to Accelerate? I think they might have changed names, and that's why I forgot about them. But I also don't think they like made too many regionals. But I know that was also like they're like kind of 17th not power ranked, but kind of like that 17th place team where they like barely miss out on a regional a lot of the time. But like, where are they now? Obviously, some teams moved to North America, so it made it harder to qualify. But I feel like remembering looking at quals, I didn't remember seeing them. Missed completely. Interesting. I think that was too close to net where that wouldn't actually work. Right? It kind of relies on them just not challenging at all, ever. Challenging way too late, maybe while getting bumped or something. I think one thing I figured out is that like in the midfield, like a lot of ground doubles are like elite. In that like I can like play off the ground with nobody kind of occupying that space quickly. So like off like a simple aerial too, right? So places where I feel like I would be rarely really limited, where I'd usually feel like really limited in like what I can play off of. I can like find a lot of opportunity going straight to ground and kind of like floating midair, especially if nobody's like ground close to like block the ground. I can like at the very least play like an unexpected 50. This should be good for my team. But I don't know. I just feel like now I feel like I really just want to find that like next level of control, or like there's just no contest. And I feel like it's gonna take a little bit more planning from my end on like how I very specifically want to playsmith a lot of things, right? I feel like the closest to how I actually want to control is gonna be this training pack. Oh, can't believe I got that in. This training pack. Okay, yeah, I feel like doubles are just like elite compared to how they might have been in the past. It's like this training pack is like the closest to like actually like the perfectly efficient training for like getting better at solo plays. I feel like what I'd want to do is just like make a bunch of other training packs instead of doing dribble challenge. Kind of. Right, there's certain skills I'd have to like work on, or not work on, like more so kind of transplant from the dribble challenges, right, if I was to do that. But I feel like I could spend basically most of my day working on things like similar shots and similar nature to like these basically very like hyper realistic in-game scenarios, right? Things even like taken from replays that I want to get better at. And kind of practice all those skills over the course of 3 hours, as opposed to what I'm doing now, which is I'm kind of like doing like the higher, not the higher, the higher level skills is what I'm trying to practice instead of the like individual skills, or the higher level like base concepts, right? So I'm trying to practice what's called ball cam dribbling, because a lot of the time controlling I'm gonna be have ball cam on, so I'm trying to like practice all manner of like controlling the ball with ball cam on. It's basically ball cam dribbling. But I feel like I also I feel like that's also like kind of the way to go. I don't know. Obviously at some point I thought it was the way to go. Just to kind of like isolate it like that. I'm gonna stop there. Next shot, 5 minutes. So I feel like I'm about to go through like a big change where like I change everything in my schedule. Not everything, change a lot of things. Alright. I'm gonna be changing like the ratio of mechs to like what's called rotational work I do, rotational strategic work I do. Gonna be changing the sort of things I watch for a pro VOD review. Basically to learn how to carry. I think the biggest sell for me was like, oh, if your teammate doesn't play well under pressure, then you actually know how to carry, right? It's almost, I felt like, well, that was kind of the last thing Ulti said. I was like, okay. You know, it makes sense to kind of watch like pros ranked replays to see how they kind of play that fashion to compensate for the teammates. I don't want to like just take Ulti's word for that. I want to like actually get into like a really deep thought, like how much in a day do I want to try to make sure I'm like in a sort of flow state, right, where I'm like focusing less on things. Also, this is a good enough reset where Yeah, I'll switch arrows. I think that was into, yeah. Switch to arrow left. I miss. Oh my gosh. That is abysmal. Okay, so at 1.3 speed, that's my excuse. That excuses anything I do. So this is harder than it would be in game. That was interesting. What did I try to do? I tried to like backtrack the ball. Just to hit it backwards. And it just did not work. Yeah, I just what's called backed off on the ball a little bit too much. Decent like aerial maneuvering after the reset. Let's see. Good decent reset. Double? No. Just pinch. Jeez, I'm a bot. I'm a bot, bro. I just it bounced and I just went clean over me. Yeah, those like side to side resets and like basically that form I just went for. I feel like they can be some of the most powerful. I mean, because they switch sides of the play, which are more likely to kind of make the defender out of position. So what do I think I haven't fully. I know for a fact I haven't fully done and like processed what I wanted to do. So it's like, what is the kind of end thing, right? Where am I going? Process-wise, specifically, what am I? I don't have to think about everything, just like the general overview. So I think I'm going to be spending roughly a bit less time in max training. A little bit. If I had to guess, one of the things I'm probably going to get the cut first is probably going to switch to at least like at most like 15 minutes of air dribble gauntlet. The string pack's probably going to stay the same because it kind of replicates a lot of in-game scenarios. Timer's going off, which means I have 30 seconds. What else is probably going to happen? Honestly, this is also like a feeling where like I feel like I haven't said it, but like I don't know. I feel like I'm really tired of like. I feel like I'm really tired of getting like ridiculed for kind of having like a different sort of thing that I do, right? It also like doesn't help that I stream, right? Because honestly, nobody would care if I didn't stream, and I'd just be able to do what I do. And this isn't really relating to OT at all. I feel like this is just like an internal feeling I'm feeling a lot, especially since I'm playing. Honestly, this all kind of roots in that like if I was playing good and it's like, oh, he's really on it, but if I'm like playing badly, then it's like just do free play, forehead. So I think it's like purely in this slump right now, but I don't know, it's just something I like thought about for a second. It's like, okay, actually, let me think about this for a second. Yeah, I don't know. I feel tired of it. I almost feel like I want to take this opportunity to kind of just make my schedule as like normal as possible to kind of avoid that, but that's not really my goal. Is to like avoid a ridicule while in rank B, while low skill rank B, while I'm low skill rank B. The goal is to improve as quickly as possible. Okay. Let's see. Honestly, it did pretty well. Did pretty good. Now I go work out. Yeah, that's what we're doing. Is there anything else I wanted to think about schedule wise? It was like, what was I thinking? was thinking like, okay, max is going to be shortened some amount. I might want to switch from like, I try to do like I think I already said, I'll just illustrate this because I want to get this out on paper and just like not worry about it for a little bit. I want to essentially, what I do right now is I try to practice a lot of different things at like the base level of the pyramid, the kind of foundational mechanics. And then as the routine goes longer, I kind of practice more towards the top of the basically more game-like scenarios. Right, so I'm doing impossible rings to the start, and I'm doing training pack with like in-game shots at the end, right? If that makes sense. Just like kind of the pyramid. These are the more foundational skills. These are more foundational skills, and then I kind of like go to dribbling, like dribbling with ball cam, or dribbling without ball cam, and then like they all kind of go up and up. Maybe there's like air dribble gauntlet. Air dribble's really applicable in game, right? Getting the ball and like just being able to push the ball upwards, very with like a high success rate. And then thinking about that, I know I'm going to be spending less time on max training. Do I want to essentially, if they're gonna be less of these lines, right? Do I want to essentially like focus more on the top level concepts? So I'm really only practicing like things like right there at the top, right? Is that what I want to do, or do I want to still keep an even spread? Kind of where I have like some things that are kind of abstract to in game, kind of, right? Like the dribbling, what's called dribbling courses are kind of abstract. Like they have some in-game scenarios. I mean, I kind of use like half of it for like in-game scenario sort of things, like flicks and sort of things that are less abstract. But then like it's the other half is just like controlling the ball, me and the ball, and controlling it. So then it feels like those aren't as like foundational as I think they am. I think like Impossible Rings is kind of the most foundational thing, where it's like no ball, just car control, no ball. For some reason, that's like funny to me. No ball. For I'm an idiot. Okay, no ball, just car. Um, I don't know. I do not know. I think best thing to do would like identify weaknesses that I'm not like addressing. But it's hard to identify like mechanical weaknesses I'm not addressing in game, mainly because I haven't been doing this consistently, so I don't know what like weaknesses or places like sectors of the game like it overlooks as time goes on, right? That's what it feels like. So I don't know if like it's really if there are any blind spots, right, that I'm like missing, right? Maybe like at this top is like, okay, this is like the six man's, right? And then it kind of like every time I'm tested in game, it kind of like shines down and I'm trying to make sure I have something covered, right? So every time it tries to go like, if it goes right through that skill, then it's like, okay, it's covered. If it like goes through that skill, then it's like covered. But then maybe there's some gaps that I don't have covered. Like I'm a genius at these analogies. And right, maybe I want to just like focus on having a lot of these really high concepts so that I practice every single thing, right? And like as time goes on, I'll just like, even though I won't be basically working like a progression, right? Like in calisthenics or like progressions, you don't just go straight to doing like a handstand push up. You do like a push up first, or not. It's different. You have progression. You have easier progressions, right? Where you aren't just like going full off trying to do all those skills at once. And I feel like that's what I'm trying to do by having like an easier. It's like easier, but also not easier. It's just like a more foundational progression, so that I build up the skills to do the harder ones. So then it's like I'm really not sure. I am not sure which one of these approaches to have. Um, I think I've been kind of thinking about this like sort of top level where I want to basically just practice all this like list of shots and make sure I'm getting reps on them like 5 minutes at the very least every single day. And I feel like that's where I'm trending, where it's like feels like I might head, but I'm not sure, to be honest. It's also a bit like I'm gonna start only doing like mechanics to warm up, kind of only doing mechanics for like an hour, right? So I'm just like Right now, I do like this. I'm trying to visualize this. Right now, I do this like 3 hours max block. Then it'll be like this. I have this 3 hours max block, and then I'll have however many hours. What's it called? 3 to like 6 something of like playing the game, right? It was 6 mans, let's say. And it feels like, or it seems like, okay, what I think I want to do is that I realize I'm getting fatigued after doing max training. So like I would rather only do max training as a warm up for like 1 hour, do 6 mans. Have to be a little bit more structured with like how long I go for 6 mans as well, but do 6 mans, then finish up with max training. Maybe it's looking like I'm going to shorten it, right? So maybe like 1 other hour at the end is what it's like seeming like it's going to be. So it's like, or basically I'm going to do like a warm up max and not going to go through the whole max routine at the beginning. So then what is this going to kind of amount to? Hopefully more gains, right? Hopefully. I say gains, but I feel like that's not the best word. I keep using it. I feel like I'm overusing it. Hopefully just more improvement, right? I'll come into 6 mans a little bit fresher. I'll come into mechs or later mechs period a little bit later, more fatigued, but that's where I'm less concerned about performance. Right now I'm kind of like playing 6 mans in a fatigued state, and I feel like it's not good. Or I'd rather perform on 6 mans than I'd rather perform on mechs for a variety of reasons. I think probably the biggest one is like I'm still human, like morale reasons. I don't think like being close to demotion and like just being low in elo and just losing a lot is like for what's it called morale. It doesn't do the best, right? Um, but then again, that doesn't really matter if I was improving faster, just like what's it called doing max before 6 mans, but I don't think that's the case either. So, or I'm not sure if it even has like an effect like that. I couldn't come up with a reason why doing max before 6 mans is actually better for improvement as opposed to just like dispersing it or doing it after. So I think going by that sort of standard, I'm just gonna split max up. Still have yet to decide whether I want to like kind of cover those foundational concepts or do a little bit higher. Probably gonna have to go for look at certain kind of external sources, see what like makes the most sense, see what people have applied in different spaces. Right. I think I've kind of deal with this idea of like endemic concepts and non-endemic. And I kind of using the word endemic, like let's say Squishy does VOD review. All right. That means VOD review is like kind of like an like, endemic process or like thing you could do. Whereas like if you say like, I don't know, who was it? Michael Jordan like trash talks his opponents to like force himself to perform, right? And if I took that and like tried to apply it into Rocket League, that's non-endemic, right? It's outside of Rocket League. So basically, main concept there is like talking with Ulti earlier. These are notes from my conversation with Ulti. It's like just kind of want to weight way more towards the endemic concepts because they're proven to work, kind of. But yeah, yeah, because like obviously different games and different like things have different strategies naturally, though our brains are the same. Um, so like that's kind of has to be my takeaway here, right? So maybe in certain like maybe in chess it's like 100% not really like mechanics or yeah it's 100% like strategy and like I don't know not rotation but like strategy, let's say. Whereas like here, it's probably going to be weighted more towards max, right? I couldn't just take the full non-endemic approach of like how chess grandmasters practice and apply that to Rocket League. I would probably have decent success because again, most people aren't like trying, right? But yeah, most people aren't like trying super hard or like kind of thinking enough about their process. So like any form of practice consists over a consistent period of time will just lead to growth and like rank ups, but it might not be the most efficient, right? Um, oh yeah, I mean, I kind of got my thoughts a little bit, my thoughts out. I'm just gonna write down this. I'm gonna write down this like endemic, what's it called, versus non-endemic thing, just so I remember it. Yeah. And then I'm gonna stop and then leave. I'll probably like listen to a podcast. Maybe that'll help me decide on whether I want to focus more on the foundational things or the things that are closer to the result I'm looking for, control wise. I'm probably gonna keep all these in at the very least as not all of these three in at the very least as like I don't know, as something I do throughout the day. Just to make sure I like steadily improve on them. Those are kind of obviously these are kind of like the end version of the skill, right? And then this is just meditation, right? Which is good for other reasons. All right, I'm heading out. What do I do? What's it called? I like I thought. All right, for like 7 minutes or something. I'll say 5 minutes. Okay. I might track too many things. All right. I mean, I think like thinking about it, this probably takes me maybe like 10 minutes in a day is like dedicated to purely tracking. Like if you start a timer from when I start tracking to when I stop tracking, it might be 10. Actually, it might be like 20. I think even if it was like 30, it would be worth it. Even if it was 30, it would be worth it. Because I think knowing what you do, like that is like, I don't know, one of the most important things. Kind of. I mean, okay. I don't know. I'm leaving. All right, my brain is not working well right now. Yeah, I think tracking is worth it if it did take 30 minutes a day.